My pain, heaviness, bloat was so extreme that it used to make me bed. This is not normal. By the way, no medication needed. The only medication that I take is working myself in a correct way. Really changed my entire life. 7 months, 5 countries, absolutely no consistent routine, but yet no painful periods, no bloat, feeling incredible, waking up every single day with energy. This is exactly what I did step by step, and it's how I travel the world and inspire and educate female riders on how to do the same. If you had told me this time only 12 months ago that I would be traveling the world 7 months, I've already done 5 countries and I'm going to another 2 before the end of next month. How on earth I can do this, stay in shape, still have clients, and actually be in the best shape mentally and physically of my life? I would have honestly laughed at you because I am one of these people that was like all or nothing. So if I was preparing for a holiday, I'd be like, right, get the holiday mode on, train, eat less, all in to achieve that goal. Or the opposite of, do you know what, I might as well have the entire bag of Pringles, or might as well have the entire Cadbury box because I've already had a quarter. So you kind of get it, right? All or nothing approach. I also noticed that this all or nothing approach was enhanced around my cycle. Now, those of us who have a cycle, you know when the week's coming, right? Things might change. Areas of the body might be more sore. Your irritability might be enhanced. I know mine certainly can be. And it's almost like I'd go into that, it's coming, I'm just going to eat whatever, and then I'll pick it up in 2 weeks' time again, and I'll redo the whole food thing, redo the whole training thing to get back on track. Like, this was enhanced. So the thought of not having consistency from a food, from a gym, from any form of training perspective, and never mind how do I work with clients all over the world, gave me so much anxiety. There's 3 main things that I noticed. Number 1 was my period. A, became more regular, and B, no pain. Now that is absolutely mind-blowing for someone who for so many years has suffered with 3 out of the 4 types of PCOS. My pain, heaviness, bloat was so extreme that it used to make me bedridden, and I'd also have to wear things like a nappy, a pad, and a thick tampon just to cope with the amount of blood loss. This is not normal. So going from that to in less than a year being completely pain-free, by the way, no medication needed. The only medication that I take is working myself in a correct way. And that is from a nutrition, from a movement perspective, but also managing cortisol. Those 3 factors, which are all free, by the way, really changed my entire life. So noticing the difference in my period and then thinking, right, how can I challenge myself even more and have the consistency, keep my periods regular and pain-free whilst traveling the world? It's happened. No matter the change in food, routine, the different water, the different environment, the stress, sometimes travel brings up so much stress. Guess what? My periods have remained pain-free. Not only that, have been regular and so much lighter. The second one is a genuine game changer, not only for myself, but I noticed this when I got on a recent call with one of my clients. Bloat. Bloat affects so many women around the world. Most of us just put it down to, I'm not doing as much exercise and I'm getting a bit older, so my metabolism has slowed down. Or we do the big thing, which is cut out carbs because carbs are not right and carbs are awful and all this. And no, that's not right. So despite all the travel, despite the different routine, the food groups, no bloat. No bloat, no matter where I am in the world. This has changed my life. Recent call with one of my awesome clients said to me, Nika, I used to feel like I was carrying a football of bloat around my stomach area every single day. Just imagine that for a moment. And she said to me, within 2 months, there's no bloat. She was like, I still cannot believe it to this day that this has happened just through the simple food swaps that you've recommended. This is someone who is so busy. She travels all around the UK. She deals with a lot of stressful but lovely people, which raises her cortisol, which means that she also ends up eating a lot of stuff on the side of the road, just for convenience. In only 2 months, we've completely transformed her body to the state where she is, Nika, I wake up every day, my stomach hasn't got this heavy football. So rewarding, and I'm so happy with her. We still have another 4 months to go. So just imagine where she's going to be in 4 months. The third thing I've noticed is better recovery and strength. Now, this is big for me because I used to think that I have to be someone who goes to the gym 5 days a week, do running, do HIIT classes just to be in shape. That was a bunch of nonsense. And if anything, when I reached my 30s, that approach to training doesn't work for my body because of many factors, but the biggest thing as women is we already push ourselves hard every day and we have hormones that change every single day. So to add on the stress of going to the gym every day and doing running every day is not safe, a recipe for disaster when it comes to injury. I've noticed that despite the travel, the chaos, some weeks I've had a gym, some weeks I've had no gym, I've just had to do my bodyweight exercises. It hasn't mattered at all. My recovery's good. My energy's great. I honestly wish someone taught me this when I was 16, 18 years old. How much better I would have been for the years of over 15 years suffering with period pain, with inconsistency in my body, where I would be today. Like, it's mind-blowing. Okay, so you've come here to know exactly what I'm doing, and I'm going to give that to you. 3 things. I've already dropped a little hint, but I'm going to give them to you straight away. Number 1 is nutrition. Throughout this 7-month journey of inconsistent, beautiful chaos, I have stuck to wherever I can, not every day, whole foods. This is a big one because eating out at restaurants, there was 2 months when I was in Thailand where I had no access to a kitchen. So I had to eat out 3 times a day, which it's not always enjoyable because as much as eating out is a luxury and it's a lot cheaper in Thailand and in Bali, it's knowing what foods are cooked in. So wherever I am, if I'm looking at a menu, I look at what foods I can eat in their whole form. Nothing fried, everything either steamed or grilled. This made a huge, huge difference to the biggest thing, which I keep saying is bloat and my periods. Honestly, game changer right there. If you want to improve your health and you don't know where to start there. Replace any of the fried, processed nonsense with whole foods. The second thing is movement that meets your cycle. If you still have a cycle, menstruating, this is an absolute game changer. Don't expect to train like a man. Nothing against men. They don't have the same hormones as we do that are fluctuating the whole time. The key thing that you can do is understand when your cycle is, even if it's irregular, write it down. How you respond on a daily, weekly basis to those changes in your hormones, even if you don't know what they mean yet. And then start to identify on the weeks when you're feeling a bit That's my technical term for feeling a bit sluggish, you want to eat more. By the way, you should eat more before your period. Research is showing up to 200, 300 calories a day before you bleed. Bonus, right? Knowing that knowledge is an absolute life-changing tool that you can access, and it's free. Just start doing it. If you need more help, any more advice on it, comment below and I will reach out. The third practical tool that not many people talk about is the relationship from cortisol to fat. Oh my goodness me. Knowing how to manage your stress, your cortisol level, really will save you so much heartache, so much time wasted going to the gym. Instead of spending all the money on the most expensive, luxurious green supplements, focus on managing your brain gym, I call it, which is basically how to regulate your nervous system. I feel like I want to do like a yoga pose. You don't have to be doing yoga. It works for me, it might not work for you. Bottom line, know how to manage your cortisol through breath work, there's many practices that work for you. Basically with the same goal of regulating your nervous system will have a huge, huge impact on how your body digests food, how clear your mind is for the day, how strong you are from a movement perspective, how much you recover, and also your immunity. So many things come when you know how to regulate your nervous system. So why does this matter if you're a equestrian woman? Now, ladies, riders, therapists, horse lovers, I'm speaking to you from my heart to yours. You would not expect your horse to perform if they missed breakfast, would you? And if you are, you and I need to have a conversation. Genuinely, all riders I've spoken to, all equestrians that have horses will say, if my horse has missed breakfast or they're off their food, I won't ride them. Usually we call the vet because we're thinking colic, or we're thinking something's not right with our horse. So why do we do the same for ourselves? We don't do the same. We miss breakfast and think I haven't got time. I'll just have some coffee and biscuits on the road. How can you expect have a heart-to-heart, your horse to show up every day, expect your horse to perform, but you're not putting yourself first? You're not helping your own health. Now, I'm not saying that every day is going to be perfect because, hey, not every day for me is perfect. We're not wanting perfection. All we want is progress. Progress comes when you prioritize your goal. Then you reverse engineer how to get to that goal. So if it's, I want to stop these energy crashes. Okay, we have a goal. We want to increase energy. Look at what you're currently eating. Are you eating enough to actually give yourself energy? If not, start there. For 1 week, just start there. Bonus. If you haven't already, please remember to give me a follow and subscribe and share this with any other equestrian women that you know need some support. It can be quite a lonely industry out there, and coming together, sharing knowledge and tools is how we're going to not only improve our lives, our health, but show up as better riders for our horses. Ride better. Finish each ride feeling accomplished, feeling proud of the progress that you and your horse have made for the day. Moving on to that, I have a really, really exciting platform on School Group called the Female Rider Code. It's completely free. Come and join us. We share tools and tips on how to improve yourself, how to be a better rider, how to get through all the unpredictability of owning horses, working with horse owners, and also how you can thrive without feeling burnt out, fatigued, and like you just don't want to do it anymore. Thank you so much for listening.